Hey guys, welcome. Let's read the book of Joshua from the Passion Translation. A new beginning. Joshua's Great Commission. And after Moses, Yahweh's servant, died, Yahweh spoke to Joshua, son of Nun, Moses' faithful assistant, and said, "My servant Moses is dead. Now get up. Prepare to cross the Jordan River. You and all the people, lead them into the land that I am giving to the Israelites. Every part of the land where you march, I will give you, as I promised Moses. Your brothers will extend from the southern desert to the northern mountains of Lebanon, and from the great river Euphrates in the east to the Mediterranean in the west, including all the land of the Hittites. Joshua, no one will be able to defeat you for the rest of your life. I will be with you as I was with Moses, and I will never fail nor abandon you. You must be strong and brave. You will lead the people to acquire and apportion the land that I promised their ancestors I would give them. You must remain very strong and courageous. Be faithful to obey all the teaching that my servant Moses commanded you to follow, and do not deviate from him to the right or to the left, so that you will have overwhelming success in everything you undertake. Recite this scroll of the law constantly, contemplate it day and night, and be careful to follow every word it contains. Then you will enjoy incredible prosperity and success. I repeat, be strong and brave. Do not yield to fear, nor be discouraged. For I am Yahweh your God, and I will be with you wherever you go." Preparation to cross over. Joshua ordered the leaders of the people, "Go through the camp and instruct the people. Pack your bags, for within 3 days you will cross the Jordan to conquer and occupy the land that Yahweh your God is giving you to possess." Then Joshua addressed the Reubenites, the Gadites, and the half-tribe of Manasseh. "Remember the words that Yahweh's servant Moses commanded you. Yahweh your God is giving you this land on the east side of the Jordan as your homeland. Therefore, your wives, your little ones, and your livestock may remain here, but all your valiant warriors must cross over with us armed. They will take the land and help their brothers until they take possession of the land that Yahweh your God is giving them as their homeland. Afterward, you will be free to return to your own land and possess the land that Moses, Yahweh's servant, gave you here on the east side of the Jordan." They answered Joshua, "We will do everything you have told us, and we will go wherever you send us. We always obeyed Moses, and we will always obey you. May Yahweh your God stand beside you as he stood with Moses. And anyone who questions your authority or disobeys whatever you command shall be put to death." So Joshua, be strong and brave. Chapter 2 of Joshua, the Passion Translation. Joshua sends the spies into Jericho. Then Joshua, son of Nun, secretly sent out 2 spies from their camp at Acacia. He told them, "Go and explore the land of Canaan, especially Jericho." They went and arrived at Jericho and entered the house of Rahab the prostitute and lodged there. The king of Jericho was told, "Some Israelites have come into the city tonight to spy out the entire land. They're in Rahab's house." So the king sent messengers to Rahab, who said to her, "Turn over the men who entered your house. They're here to spy out our land." But Rahab had already hidden the 2 men. "Yes," she said, "the men came to me, but I had no idea where they were from. They left at sundown, just as the city gates were closed at night. Who knows where they went? Quick, go after them, and maybe you can catch them." Rahab had hidden the men on her rooftop under stalks of flax. She had spread out dry on the roof. So the men of Jericho went out to search for the spies, and the city gates were shut behind them. They searched for them as far as where the path crosses the Jordan. Rahab's pact with the spies. Before the spies had gone to sleep, Rahab went up to the rooftop and said to them, I know that Yahweh has given you this land. Everyone is absolutely terrified, and we are all paralyzed with fear because of you. We've heard of the miracles that accompany you and how Yahweh dried up the waters of the Red Sea for you when you left Egypt. We've heard how you utterly annihilated the two Amorite kings, Sihon and Og, and their kingdoms, who were on the other side of the Jordan. As soon as we heard it, our hearts melted with fear, and we were left with no courage among us because of you. Yahweh your God is the true God, who rules in heaven above and on earth below. Please solemnly swear to me by the name of Yahweh that you will show kindness to my family because I have shown kindness to you. Give me a sure sign that you will spare the lives of my father and mother, my brothers and sisters, and all their families. Don't let us be killed. The man answered, if you don't disclose our mission to anyone, we'll pledge our lives for yours. Then, when Yahweh gives us this land, we'll honor our promise and treat you kindly. Rahab's house was built into the city wall, so she let them down from the window by a rope. She told them, head for the hill country and hide. The men chasing you won't find you there. Hide for 3 days until they have returned. Then you'll be safe to go on your way. But the men warned her, you must do what we say or we will not be bound to the oath you made us swear. When our invasion begins, bring all your family together in your house, your father and mother, your brothers and sisters, and all their families, and tie this crimson rope in the same window through which you let us down. Remember, if anyone ventures outside your house, his death will be his own fault, not ours. But if anyone inside your house is harmed, then we will be held responsible. And if you disclose our mission, we will be released from the oath you made us swear. Rahab replied in agreement, let it be as you say. And she went and she sent them away. And after they departed, she tied the crimson rope in her window. The spies went straight to the hill country and hid there for 3 days until the pursuers turned back. The king's men had scoured the countryside without finding them. Then the two men came down from the hills and crossed back over the Jordan to their camp. They reported to Joshua, son of Nun, all that had happened to them. Yahweh has certainly handed over the entire land into our hands. All the people of the land melt in fear before us. Joshua chapter 3. The miracle crossing of the Jordan. Joshua was up bright and early the next morning. They broke camp, and Joshua led the Israelites from Acacia to the eastern bank of the Jordan. There they set up camp and waited until they crossed over. After 3 days, the leaders of the people went throughout the camp, giving orders to the people. Watch for the priests of the tribe of Levi to lift the ark of the covenant of Yahweh your God. When it starts moving, follow it, so you'll know which way to go. Since you've never marched this way before, follow about half a mile behind the ark. Don't go near it. Joshua instructed the people, get yourselves ready. Set yourselves apart for Yahweh. Tomorrow, Yahweh will perform for us great miracles. Joshua told the priests, Raise up the ark of the covenant and step out ahead of the people. So they lifted the ark onto their shoulders and marched in front of the people. Yahweh said to Joshua, This very day I will begin to exalt you in the sight of all of Israel, so that they will realize that I am with you in the same way I was with Moses. You are to command the priests who carry the ark of the covenant with these words, Carry the ark to the edge of the Jordan and wade into the water. Joshua told the Israelites, Come closer and listen to the words of Yahweh your God. This is how you will know for sure that the living God is among you. As you advance into the land, he will drive out before you the Canaanites, Hittites, Hivites, Perizzites, Girgashites, Amorites, and Jebusites. Look, the ark of the covenant of the Lord of all the earth will go before you and prepare a way for you through the Jordan. Now select 12 men from among the people, 1 man from each tribe. The moment the feet of the priests carrying the ark of Yahweh, the Lord of all the earth, touch the water of the Jordan, a great miracle will happen. The water flowing downstream towards you will stop and pile up as if behind a dam. Now it was time for the early harvest, and the river was overflowing at flood stage. When the people broke camp to cross the Jordan, the priests went in front of them carrying the ark of the covenant on their shoulders. The very moment the priests with the ark dipped their feet in the river's edge, the water coming downstream toward them stopped flowing and piled up in a solid wall as far upstream as Adam, a place near Zarethan. Yahweh completely cut off the flow of the river so that it drained downstream toward the desert sea, the Dead Sea. So the people crossed over opposite Jericho. Now the priests stood firmly on the dry ground in the riverbed with the ark on their shoulders. The entire nation passed by the ark as they completed their miracle crossing on dry ground. Joshua chapter 4? I'm just turning the pages right now. Chapter 4. When the entire nation had finished their miracle crossing of the Jordan, Yahweh said to Joshua, Choose 12 men, 1 from each of the 12 tribes of Israel. Instruct each of them to take a stone from the riverbed, 12 stones from the very place where the priests stand with the ark. Have them carry the stones over to the place where you camp tonight. So Joshua summoned the 12 men he had selected from the Israelites, 1 per tribe. Joshua instructed them, Walk out to the middle of the riverbed to the ark of Yahweh your God. Each of you choose a stone and lift it up onto your shoulder. 1 stone for each tribe. The stones will always be assigned to you. Someday, when your children ask you, Why are these stones so important? Tell them, the Jordan stopped flowing in front of the ark of the covenant of Yahweh. The flood waters were completely cut off. These stones will serve as a memorial for Israel forever. The Israelites did as Joshua commanded them. They took 12 stones according to the number of the tribes of Israel from the middle of the riverbed and carried them to the camp and put them there. Joshua set up the memorial stones that they had taken from the exact spot where the priests stood bearing the ark in the riverbed. They remain there to this day. While the priests remained standing in the middle of the Jordan with the ark on their shoulders, the people hurried across. All the instructions Yahweh had given to Joshua were carried out, just as Moses had told Joshua. And when Israel had finished crossing, the ark of Yahweh and the priests crossed as the people looked on. The Reubenites, the Gadites, and the half-tribe of Manasseh went across, armed and ready for battle, in front of the Israelites as Moses had commanded them. In all, about 40,000 men were equipped for battle, and they all marched before Yahweh to wage war on the plains of Jericho. On that day, Yahweh exalted Joshua before all the people, as they had stood in awe of Moses, so they stood in awe of Joshua for the rest of his life. The Jordan returns to flood stage. Yahweh said to Joshua, "Command the priests carrying the Ark of the Covenant to come up from the Jordan." So Joshua did as he was commanded, and the priests carrying the Ark of the Covenant of Yahweh came up from the riverbed. And the moment their feet touched the western bank of the Jordan, the flood waters surged back in place where they were before and returned to flood stage. The people experienced the miracle crossing of the Jordan on the 10th day of the first month of the Jewish calendar. They established their base camp at Gilgal, east of Jericho, where Joshua had set up a memorial with the 12 stones taken from the Jordan. He told the Israelites, "In time to come, when children ask their fathers, 'Why are these stones so important?' tell them, 'Here is the place where the Israelites crossed the Jordan on dry ground. For your God, Yahweh, dried up the waters of the Jordan before your eyes until you crossed over, just as Yahweh your God did for us years ago. He dried up the Red Sea while we crossed over. He has done these miracles so that all the earth will be in awe of the mighty power of Yahweh, and that you might always obey Yahweh, your God.'"